Obviously one of the major art forms or cultural activities in the borough is music and always has been.
Well, I was just saying then, I think this is probably one of the coolest places I've actually played, to be fair. It's like Castle, like it's mad, but yeah, it's great to see things like this happening. People who really don't have music on before, like there's a few places and I'm like, they're doing a gig. Like I've been looking at the thing and I'm like, they're doing one, but hell, they haven't asked me to do it yet. But yeah, it's one of them. I do think it's a very good option and it's a good place. If the places can do it, then why won't you do it? It helps people like us get gigs and get round the local area, so people who are coming for a drink might go, actually, there's a band upstairs, let's go and watch them. So it is great to see that there is something happening.
You should be the one. Try to break it.
One thing that's really important is, and one thing we wanted to highlight, is that there is a scene, and there are many, particularly pubs, doing a lot for the music scene.
All this in my head is what was said down at society. So if you go and you find this town is a broken bone, could you heal strong? And would you mind?
It's that whole thing of this is what you can do and here's an opportunity to do it, and that is almost always the most important thing in, you know, experience is the most important thing in terms of like, this is what we can do, and you know what, let's try it.
Pipes will go to show me the way.
I'd started playing like open mics and like with Jenny Colquitt, and that was a great time. That's how I met yourself, a good time. And it's just there's so much to like gain from it. Like so many people want everybody to be great, you know what I mean? Like everybody's so supportive. It's that thing. It's like, especially like in Widnes, there's a lot of wonderful and incredible musicians. Pubs and bars and stuff, for them to be, obviously with coming out of lockdown, like a lot of them have closed down, and that's so upsetting, because it's like these are places where people start and get into it, and it's like, oh, this is something that I can pursue, and that you know, people should decide to if they've really got a passion for it.
It was a way of bringing us together rather than saying, oh, you do your thing and we'll do ours here, because sometimes when you do boroughs of culture or council-led things, it can be that it's nothing to do with the local people, or it's just people brought in from outside. So we were quite strict on making sure that there was a good balance of people coming in from outside the area but also supporting local artists. So I hope it'll make people think that we can work together and that we can, you know, communicate and we can network and we can put festivals on together in different venues, because we've got 11 all in all in this festival. And also that, you know, we're not all about just looking after who's at our own venues. You know, we want to share, we want to support people in different venues, like taking stuff to the parks and stuff like that. So hopefully the biggest thing that comes out of it is that, you know, we can get something better if we work together.
Witness Market, to the sound guys, i.e. to everybody that's been part of it, to all the stall holders that took a chance on it. So enjoy yourselves and get everybody down here today till 5. See you later. It's the Racket!
We're dreaming of the days where the rain no longer falls. There's no other place quite like heaven. Never gonna make it out this town, but I'm meant to be, and I'm singing la 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 la.
I just want to get new music out there for people. Like there was a woman in the background saying, "Oh, I've never heard of these bands." That's the whole point. You're here to see new bands. You're here to see bands that hopefully will go and play big stages and, you know, go on to do massive things. So
there wasn't much, to be honest, and it's kind of developed in the past few years. Probably with the studio that we use, Allo Sound, because that's made it more of like a collection of artists and bands, you know, together, rather than it just being the odd band playing the odd gig. I think gigs have kind of decreased in the past few years, but there's a bit more of a scene in terms of bands recording and making a bit more of a scene, I guess.
If that wasn't there, you probably, I don't know, you just don't get into the gist of things if there's nothing there available to people to start playing live music, getting in like the studio scene and stuff, and just getting used to setting up mics, all that sort of stuff, and just playing.
unfortunately, some people don't want to pay 5, 6 quid, 7 quid to watch 4 bands that they might not have even heard of. So it's hard to get people off the couch to support new bands, but that's why we do it and try and, as you say, champion new music.
I don't know, it's good. It's good that like Halton is actually making an effort and doing something more than anything. And yeah, it's just an opportunity for anyone who just, even if you just strum a guitar as a hobby and, you know, do a few open mics and that, it's like just good for people to be able to get a chance to perform in front of other people.
Yeah, I think for us as a band as well, usually we're either pushed towards Liverpool or Manchester or Warrington. It's always like pick a side, so it's good to actually have something from where you're from, rather than it being, okay, we're from Liverpool or we're from Manchester. It's good to actually be from where we're from.